What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your man Jay Small, Yak Nasty, Adventures in Fishing. And today we are talking about huge mistakes in the wintertime that's costing fish. Check it out.
Oh, this one's bigger.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to be talking about huge mistakes in the wintertime that's costing fish, right? But before we get started, I want to talk about Chad Hoover, the KBF site. And man, you guys got to go over there and check that out. If you already check out Chad Hoover, man, that guy's been doing his thing. And I really support the KBF movement and can't wait to see what the Pro Series and the Trail Series are starting to look like coming into the 23. Kind of makes me want to do a little Tourney X online bassing, guys, to see what I do and how I hold up to, I guess, the local guys in the area, right? But anyway, enough about that. Let's get into it. So, huge mistakes in the wintertime when you're out here trying to put fish on the line. Number one is very, very simple, guys. The weather, all right? The first big mistake we make as anglers jumping out there on a nice day, 50, 55 degrees. Now I'm talking about a wintertime nice day. Not an average 60, 70 degree nice day, but a wintertime nice day at 50 degrees, right? So we get out there, we got a little cloud cover, got a little bit of sunshine, got just enough chop on the water, and we're gonna tie on these baits, right? Well, let me tell you one thing, guys. Don't go out there fishing 55 degrees. Because it's nice today doesn't mean the water temperature is 55 degrees. A lot of us forget that. And that's the biggest mistake we make, and the first mistake we make as anglers out there on the water is we got our sweatshirt on, it's nice, we're starting to sweat a little bit, so we think the fish are doing the same thing. They are not. If it has been 28 degrees for 3-4 weeks, your water temperature is probably 34 to 35 degrees, right? But we're fishing 55-degree water temperatures when it's only the air temperature that's 55 degrees. So keep that in mind, especially when you're grabbing your baits and you're tying on, excuse me, for that one nice day, you're tying on all these baits and you just know you're going to catch them this way and that way. Well, guys, you got to remember, water and air, two different elements. The water does not heat up as fast as the air temperature. All right, guys. So keep in mind, next time on those nice winter days, 50, 55 degrees, and you're tying on those baits, which baits that you're really going to fish. Fish for the water temperature, not the air temperature. That is the first mistake we make as anglers. Now, let's get into the second mistake we make as bass fishing anglers or anglers overall in the wintertime, to be honest, because I fish saltwater, I fish freshwater, we fish it all, as much as we can, and there's a lot of mistakes that we make that's on us in the wintertime. So mistake number two, it's another easy one, guys, but we often overlook this situation, right? We get out there, we're excited on this good day winter fishing, and we're like, man, I'm about to go get me one. Slow down. Remember, you're fishing too fast. That's mistake number two right there, guys. You're getting out there, you're fishing this bait, and you're just swimming it along, you're fishing it like it's summertime, you're really thinking the air temperature is the same as the water temperature. So, in turn, mistake number two, you're just fishing too fast. So, we go back to bait selection. Really, pick those very subtle baits, those not so noisy baits. Slow it down, take it easy, and I'm telling you guys, you'll catch a lot more fish trying to remember to slow down. Sometimes you got to force yourself. Trust me, I do it all the time. So you just slow down the pace, try not to go crazy. Just slow it down, guys, right? So that's what you got to do, really. And that's mistake number two, is fishing way too fast. Now, there are exceptions to the rule, like speed cranking. That normally gets you something. You know, you get your jerk baits, but you still got to slow down and take those longer pauses. So there are exceptions to the rules when you're out there fishing in the wintertime. But in general, slow down that cadence, slow down that retrieve, and focus more so on that than being excited and anxious and glad to be on the water, and you will catch more fish. Trust me, I go through it all the time. It's probably like the first hour of every time I go fishing. I have to slow my brain down a little bit because I want to do everything at one time and new baits I want to try out. Slow it down, guys, and watch what happens. Just watch what happens and how many fish that you can pull up on the bank or the boat just slowing it down a little bit, right? And now, this brings me into the exact third problem, the third mistake that we make in the wintertime: bait selection. The third biggest mistake we make as anglers out there in the wintertime on a nice day is bait selection, guys. Yeah, I know. It's all tied in, right? You go out there on a nice day, you're fishing it way too fast. You want to know why? Because you got the wrong bait. Third mistake, guys, the wrong bait. Pay attention to the soft plastics you're putting on. Do they float? Do they sink? Are they rigid? Are they soft like Z-Mans? Are they kietech? Too much action, too much tail kick, you know. Pay attention to what bait you're selecting on those nice winter days, because you got to remember the water is not as warm as the air. All right, guys? So that's your third biggest mistake. So you want to slow down. And normally on those nice days, I like to take a paddle tail, probably tight line it or a Demiki rig, you know, and just do my thing and slow grind it as much as I can, remembering to fish slow. You know, so the third mistake, I mean, it's real basic, it's simple. Baits, guys, baits. Pay attention to the type of bait you're grabbing out your tackle box and what you're tying on. So instead of grabbing that regular rounded square bill, go on and grab you a flat sided crankbait. Give you that tighter wobble because you're fishing in those colder waters, even though the air temperature is total opposite of what you got going on, right? Trust me, you're going to want to fish those colder waters a lot slower and more methodical than you think, all right? So don't get mixed up in that warm temperature day. And the fourth mistake that I want to tell you guys about, and this is another big mistake we make out there, is we get out there, we haven't been out there in about 2 weeks or so, right? It's been cold, it's icy, it's snowing, or at least on the northern East Coast and East Coast where I'm at. So all these things go on in the wintertime, so the fish have moved. So in here, I want to say something Chad Hoover said, right? Warrior mindset, all right? It's all about the mental strength. If you think you're cold, then you're cold. So you're gonna be dealing with a lot of mental challenges, which are gonna really show that mental toughness that you have and tenacity, getting out there on the water and fishing on that cold day, but it's a warm winter day, right? But mental strength is a big deal out on that water, especially if you're kayak fishing or if you got a larger lake and you got to run 2, 3 miles to that spot to get some fishing in, and you can't quite find them, so you want to give up, but you got a little more time to find them. Look, take time to breathe. Remember, you must track the fish. It's hunting, guys. You got to track the fish. Go through the patterns. Run through your mind what fish are doing in the cooler water temperatures. All right? And just slow it down and walk it out. And normally, when you get all those mistakes nipped in the bud, or at least 3 out the 4, you will catch 1, 2 fish in the wintertime in that real cold water, just remembering those tips. So you can't really quit. You can't give up, guys. Just go out there and walk it down. It's a process. You'll find the pattern, you'll find that group of fish, and you'll start catching. But pay attention to the mistakes we make as anglers, guys. And thanks again for checking out the channel. I appreciate you taking out your time watching and seeing what pretty much everyone knows, right? The huge mistakes of winter fishing. We just need to be reminded sometimes, right? So thanks again, guys. Yak Nasty Adventures in Fishing. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, comment, share, tell a friend. This guy, he fishes and stuff. Yeah. All right, guys. It's your man Jay Small. Yak Nasty Adventures in Fishing. Peace.